Urban Artificial Intelligence Strategic Thinking Media Platform. We here, man. Live. I stopped doing lives for a minute. I got more into the pre-recorded content. I'm gonna start back doing lives again. It's a lot going on. I had to master the pre-recorded content game first, man. If you a content creator, if you know how this whole YouTube algorithm thing go, you gotta master both. You gotta master the pre-recorded content and going live. So we here today, man. We're gonna be talking about the whole Diddy trial. I'm not here for too long. Just gonna kick it for a little bit, man. The Diddy trial going crazy. A lot of different opinions, a lot of different conversations going on. We're gonna talk about Diddy defense. We're gonna talk about what y'all think is gonna get him out of the situation. Can he get out of the situation? Anybody currently in the chat, anybody who listened to this on a replay, get in the comments and let me know. Do y'all think Diddy can get out of the situation? Do y'all think he gonna spend the rest of his natural life in jail? I don't know. We gotta see, man. I also want to get into DJ Akademiks and his beef with other YouTubers. We know DJ Akademiks is the villain. He's known as being the villain. Not many people like him. Not many people rock with him. But recently, he has been getting like almost randomly attacked. I want to say, Stat Baby had some things to say to him. Lauren LaRosa had some things to say to him. We're gonna get into that, man. We're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about where the culture is as far as the media, the hip hop media world as a whole. All right, we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna get into that. I got some other content that I'm gonna make about the podcast game as a whole and where the podcast world is, where the podcast community is right now. We're gonna get into that in another episode, man. But lastly, I wanted to speak on Whack 100, and I know that this happened a couple of days ago, but Whack 100 was warning Lil Durk about Loose Cannon being an informant. All right, this is crazy. This is potentially dangerous. Calling that man an informant when you're not sure. It's no paperwork saying that Loose Cannon told. As of yet, it's no paperwork saying Loose Cannon told. If it is, let me know. Maybe I haven't come up on it. I haven't seen nothing saying that Loose Cannon told. I haven't seen no evidence of Loose Cannon telling. If he told, correct me. But I think Wack is playing a dangerous game, man. I think Wack 100 is playing a dangerous game by calling Loose Cannon a snitch and telling somebody or seemingly trying to send that message to somebody as powerful as Durk, in my opinion, is kind of dangerous, man. But we gonna start it off with the whole Diddy thing, man. I want y'all to let me know if you are tapped in with the trial, with what's going on. I want you to let me know. Do y'all think Diddy is some type of sick person? Is this a sick, disturbed person that uses his power and his influence to control people around him? Or was he in a toxic relationship? That's Diddy's defense. That's the defense. Let me know, are y'all buying that? He got Brian Still on the team, Brian Still on the squad. We see what Brian Still did for Young Thug. Can he do the same for Diddy? Does that defense work? Is this a normal toxic relationship? We got to think about it. This is a strategic thinking media platform. Do y'all feel like what Diddy was doing from the testimonies that we heard for the first 2 days, is he breaking any laws? Are the things that he's doing illegal? Get in the comments and let me know. What do y'all think, man? Do y'all think that defense is gonna work? Do y'all think Cassie got a bag as a parting gift from the relationship. That's what a lot of people are saying. That's a conversation. Cassie didn't like how the relationship ended and she wanted a bag. Do I believe that? No. I don't know. I don't know what to believe. I wasn't there. So I don't know what to believe. Is that possible? Maybe. But we gotta admit, if anybody was a victim here, it probably was Cassie. Now the other individuals involved, I don't know. I don't know. I guess more information is gonna have to come out. A lot of these sex workers are agreeing with what Cassie was saying. They agreeing with what she was saying. And it's a bunch of crazy, nasty shit that's coming out, man. It's some crazy shit. This nigga Diddy getting semen rubbed on his nipples. That's crazy. That's insane. I've never heard that before. I never heard of nobody requesting to get semen rubbed on their nipples. Where does your mind have to go for you to want to request that? Who's the first person that you requested that from? How did they react to that request? This shit is crazy, and I heard it's gonna be more. This is just the tip. Pause. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Let me say that. The iceberg. This is just the tip of the iceberg. It could possibly even be names coming out. We don't know. Who else was in the freak offs? Cassie said some of these lasted 4 days. A 4-day freak off? Come on now. Bro. And I don't know who's right and who's wrong in this situation. I don't know what Diddy did or didn't do. But I'm going to say this. A 4-day long freak off, somebody in that situation that's involved don't want to go the whole 4 days. I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you Diddy had to force somebody for some of them days. You're not just finding groups of people who all willingly want to have drug-fueled sex for 4 days. I don't think you can do that. I don't think you can consistently do that. I don't think you're getting that lucky. And you just around that many people like you. I don't think that's happening. You forcing some of these people, bro. 4 days telling Cassie that she needs to work out to prepare for a freak off. That's intense. I'm not saying Diddy a criminal. I'm not calling Diddy a criminal. I'm saying that's intense. If you give somebody a workout plan for extended periods of sex, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy, man. Does that mean you're a criminal? No. We heard a lot of things about the peeing, pissing on people. He fascinated with piss. That don't make him a criminal. Is it weird to hear? Absolutely. Is that strange? Somebody asking male escorts to piss on their girl? Yes. If I was an escort, I would do it, but I would have questions. I would have questions. Like anybody else. I don't know if that's normal. I can understand that being something that Cassie didn't want to do. That's kind of extreme. Boozy spoke out saying that she liked getting pissed on. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I can see somebody having to make somebody want to do that. That's a little unorthodox. That's a little unorthodox. She said she had never even sucked dick before Diddy. So you going from you ain't never even sucked dick to getting pissed on in a year. That's a fast track. That's a fast acceleration from point A to point B. And I could see if that path was forced. I'm not saying Diddy is a criminal. This is a strategic thinking media platform where everybody's innocent until proven guilty. But what I'm saying is not everybody into stuff like that. And everybody you deal with is into shit like that. Everybody you meet is into shit like that. I don't know, man. You probably making some of these people do the shit. You probably making some of these people do the shit. But the more important question that was asked during this whole thing, toxic relationship or abusive relationship. Now I was making a little bit of jokes at the beginning about the pissing and everything like that, but there was actually a real serious conversation. Where is the line drawn between a toxic relationship and actual abuse? The reason that this conversation is trending, I'm gonna tell y'all why. As Black people, and I'm not just saying only Black people have toxic relationships, but I'm Black, so I can only speak for Black people. We all know people in long-term toxic relationships. We do. We all know people in long-term toxic relationships. We've seen them fight each other. We've seen them punch each other. We've seen them kick each other. But they stay together. We all have that couple that we know all they do is fight, argue. When it's good, it's good. But when it's bad, it's terrible. We know people like this. And they attract each other. They always end up back together. Is this what was the case with Cassie and Diddy? Because a lot of people feel if that was the case, if this was just a toxic relationship, Diddy don't need to be facing this much time. Should he get some domestic violence charges? Possibly, maybe. I don't know the law well enough to know the statute of limitations on domestic violence or things like that. But that video in a hotel, that's domestic violence. There's no way around it. That's illegal. You can't beat nobody ass like that. He can't do that. But if this is just a toxic relationship, we all know it happens. It happens. We all know that couple where both of them be going to jail. Both of them done had domestic violence charges on each other. Now, Cassie never got arrested. Actually, neither one of them ever got arrested for domestic violence. I think they was called on Diddy a couple of times. But to Cassie's credit, she's never been caught hitting Diddy. Diddy's defense, however, did say she hit Diddy as well. Diddy's defense is framing this as a toxic relationship that was plagued by drugs and domestic violence. All right, all the extra freaky stuff, they saying that's shock value. They gonna tell you about the escorts. They gonna tell you about the pissing. They gonna tell you about the baby oil. The prosecution. Now this is what the defense is saying. The prosecution, they gonna tell you about the baby oil, the pissing, all that. It's shock value. All this was two people in a toxic relationship. One of them just happened to be insanely rich. So everything is on a bigger scale. That's Diddy's defense. It's a toxic relationship, but one of the people is a mogul, is an icon who a billionaire. So it's on a different level, but it's still the same thing. It's not a RICO. That's Diddy's defense. This is not a RICO. It's a domestic dispute. Diddy committed a domestic violence offense. What do y'all think about that? Is it more than just domestic violence? When does it turn to something else? When does it turn to something else? And when is the quote unquote victim? When are they participating? How do you know? How do you know? If I tell my girl, hey, we're gonna have a threesome. I want a threesome. It's my birthday. I got a raise at work. Whatever the case, I want a threesome. If my girl don't really want a threesome, but she do it because I want one, what is that? I'm not forcing her to do it, but she don't want to do it. But she want to do it to appease me. Now, it's different if I was her boss or if I was a billionaire who could get her killed. Or I was somebody who she couldn't just leave under her own will. That would make it different, and I understand that. But where is the line? We seen what Boosie had to say about it. It's people who feel that way. They're not gonna say it. They're not gonna say it, but it's people who feel that way. It's people who feel like if somebody abused you, if somebody hurt you one time, you need to leave. If you go back, that means you okay with it. That means you don't think it's that bad. Do I agree with that? No. I don't agree with that. Because everybody got different situations, everybody got different circumstances. And this is a unique case, man. Somebody with this much money. All right, I'm back. And this is a very unique case. This is a very unique case. Somebody with so much money, so much influence, they can always say they're scared of what this man is going to do. With somebody with that much power and that much influence, you can always say you were scared. You can always say, I felt pressured. I was scared. I was intimidated. He got a lot of money. He got a lot of power. Just something to think about. And I'm not saying that that's the angle that Cassie's taking. I'm saying this is a strategic thinking media platform. And these are the things that we think about. These are the things that we discuss. These are the things that we talk about now. I want to talk about something else in the hip hop media world. DJ Akademiks has been going back and forth with Stat Baby from the Cam and Mase, It Is What It Is show, as well as Lauren LaRosa from the Breakfast Club. Now, DJ Akademiks already has the image of somebody who don't like women, somebody who hates women. And I'm gonna be real, he leans into that. He leans into even the way that he responded to her. He respond when Stat Baby responded to, or she didn't respond. She chimed in on DJ Akademiks' beef with Lauren LaRosa. She did kind of step into their beef. Nobody was talking to her. It didn't have nothing to do with her. But she did insert herself into DJ Akademiks and Lauren LaRosa beef. All right. When she did that, DJ Akademiks responded. I gotta agree with DJ Akademiks to an extent because again, she really didn't have anything to do with this. This was between DJ Akademiks and Lauren LaRosa. But what I want to talk about is where this could potentially go. Now, when DJ Akademiks responded, he brought up Mase being accused of being with trannies. I don't know how old y'all are listening to this, but if you my age, if you in your 30s, I'm in my mid to late 30s. If you in your 30s, late 20s, you remember Pimp C accusing Mase of being caught with a tranny. I don't remember it super vividly because Mase music wasn't really hot at the time, but he did have some type of commotion with a tranny. I don't know what it was. I don't know if it was one in his vicinity or one made up a lie. I don't know if it was true or not. So I'm not saying if it was true or not, but there was some type of rumor. Pimp C kind of popularized the rumor. It was an interview where he was speaking on it. So DJ Akademiks brought that up, and I brought that up to say I don't see Mase not responding to that. If Mase doesn't respond to this, I think we all can be confident and sure when we say DJ Akademiks is the number one voice in hip hop. Mase and Cameron should be on DJ Akademiks' head right now. for the way that he responded back. And hey, listen, I'm not instigating anything. I'm going off of how they responded to people in the past. Look how they responded to Jim Jones. They went crazy on Jim Jones. They went crazy on Melissa Ford. They went crazy on Joe Budden. It's other people. They went crazy on them. No response to Akademiks. No response to Akademiks. Not yet. Not yet. I want y'all to let me know, man. Where is this going to lead? This could be a crazy beef, man. This could be a crazy feud if DJ Akademiks got into a back and forth with Cam and Mase. It would be crazy. It would be funny. That's number one. It would be hilarious. That's number one. But number two, it would tell us a lot about Akademiks. And the reason that I'm making this about Akademiks, he's the veteran here. Cam and Mase is rappers. All right. They rappers. They don't really have any, or they don't have a whole lot of expectations in the podcast lane. They fairly new. DJ Akademiks, though, is kind of different with him. He the veteran. He's done survived a lot. Can he survive Cam and Mase? Do Cam and Mase even want beef with him? I want y'all to get in the comments and let me know. Are they ducking smoke? I had a conversation about this earlier. Is Cam and Mase ducking smoke from DJ Akademiks? They might be. They might be. Was this a strategic move to get Stat Baby popping? When Lauren LaRosa did it, was that a strategic move? I made content about that. Check it out if you haven't. Lauren LaRosa called out DJ Akademiks when he said the Kendrick tour, the GNX tour, he said a lot of songs, it was low energy. If it wasn't one of the Drake disses, it was low energy. People in the stadium wasn't feeling the music. It was a couple of people tapping their feet and bopping their head, but he said people weren't feeling the music. He said people were showing low energy. He said energy was low. Lauren LaRosa, she checked him seemingly on Twitter, added him, and said DJ Akademiks was lying. She went to the show. It was lit. DJ Akademiks responded to her, and Stat Baby responded to DJ Akademiks. What do y'all think? Are these plays to get notoriety? Are these plays to get clicks and views? The podcast game is heating up. The podcast game is heating up. Roles are different. Roles are different in the podcast game. It's not like being a rapper. It's not like being a rapper. If somebody reply to you, if somebody diss you, you're expected to reply immediately. You're expected to reply the next day. You expected to reply on your next show. Can Cam and all right, it was loud as fuck. Can Cam and Mase handle that? Can Cam and Mase handle that pressure, that real podcast pressure? I don't think they've had nobody like DJ Akademiks on their top. I don't think they have. If they had, get in the comments and let me know. And let me know, where do y'all think this is going to lead to, man? DJ Akademiks and Cam and Mase, they got the same style when it comes to beef, when it comes to attacking. They super petty. They attack relentlessly. They going to come with the jokes all day. They going to try to embarrass you. They're going to try to make you look crazy. That's what they do. That's what they both do. That's what they both do, man. Now, something else I wanted to talk about real quick, man. I wanted to touch on. A couple of days ago, it was probably about a week at this point, DJ Akademiks was connected with Luce Cannon's wife. She connected Lil Durk to DJ Akademiks over the phone. Now, this went kind of viral because I think people was kind of surprised that Lil Durk was fucking with Luce Cannon. I don't know why. I don't know much about Loose Cannon prior to his No Jumper podcast days. All right. Anybody listening to this, y'all get in the comments, whether you're listening to it live or on the playback, get in the comments. Let me know about Loose Cannon. Is he really plugged in? I don't know. But whatever the case may be, he was linked into Durk, and through Loose Cannon phone call, Durk got on the phone with DJ Akademiks. All right. Durk sounded cool, sounded like he was in good spirits. It was all good. They chopped it up for a minute. Loose Cannon wife asked Durk some questions. It was all good, all right? Now, later that day, it was either later that night or the next day, of course, Wack 100, a guy who don't like Loose Cannon. There was friends prior. I guess they recently fell out. Come to find out, Wack 100 said he ain't never fuck with Loose Cannon. So I guess the whole time they were supposed to be friends, Wack was faking it, which that made Wack look like a snake to me. It's like, damn, nigga, who are you friends with? How do we know if your relationships or your friendships are genuine when you fall out with everybody? Then you say, I knew you was a fuck nigga from the beginning. And like every Wack 100 relationship is like that. But anyway, Wack 100 got on Clubhouse and X and some of his other people from Clubhouse got on X and was having a conversation about Loose Cannon being sent to the feds to get information from Durk. Who believes this? I want y'all to get in the comments and let me know. Why would the feds pick a popular person to get information from Lil Durk? Like, I don't understand that. He's already in trouble. Excuse me. He's already in trouble for divulging too much information on the internet. Why would Lil Durk tell him any information? Think about that from a police perspective. That's not even the type of person you would send into that type of setting. That's not even the type of person you would send to do nothing like that. It's not. He already hot. His name is hot. What is Lil Durk gonna tell him? Why would Lil Durk divulge any information to him? Y'all get in the comments and let me know. Did Wack 100 say this to ruin Loose Cannon's reputation? I think he did. He didn't show any proof of this. Now, he's been calling Loose Cannon a rat ever since he got locked up. He's been calling Brick Baby a rat. Or I don't know if Wack has, but other people have been saying Brick Baby was telling. I don't see no paperwork on either one of these. Now, it's some questionable things in Brick Baby paperwork. It's not him telling, and I'm not saying that he's telling. I'm just saying there are things in his paperwork that would make people ask questions. But I haven't seen no paperwork on Loose Cannon. Wack 100 saying that he's telling. Wack 100 is trying to ruin Loose Cannon's reputation. That's what Wack 100 is doing. He's trying to ruin Loose Cannon's reputation. He don't like the fact that Loose Cannon is plugged in with Durk. He don't like the fact. He don't even like the fact that Durk know who Loose Cannon is, man. He don't want Loose Cannon hanging out with Durk. He want Durk to not like Loose Cannon. And this could be dangerous. What Wack 100 is doing could be dangerous. It could be dangerous for Loose Cannon. Somebody as powerful as Durk thinking that you a snitch. Now, does Durk believe that? I don't know. We don't know. We don't know what Durk believes. We don't know. But I mean, the word is out there. That's what people are saying. That's why people feel like Loose Cannon, Big U, Brick Baby. That's people feel like they in the situation in the first place because they was dealing with the police. And that is usually what happens. I'm not saying any of these guys are telling, but usually when people play with the police, they get caught up at the end. Look at Lil Woody, the same thing. Making deals with the police, but you gonna get, you know what I'm saying? It's hard to play both sides. It's hard to be in the streets and be cooperating with the police. I don't know if that's the case here. I hope it's not. I hope it's not. I hope it's not. But this is what Wack 100 is saying. Is Wack 100 credible? I don't know. I don't know. I know he accuses people of snitching all the time, and it be people that is no paperwork associated with them. So, I mean, you can only do that so much. And I'm sure with the resources that Lil Durk got, he would know if Luce Cannon was telling. There would be something there. Somebody would bring something to him to alert him that Luce Cannon was telling. Wack 100 just don't like Luce Cannon having any type of notoriety or being in the loop in any way, shape, or form because he don't fuck with Luce Cannon. But I want y'all to get in the comments, man. Let me know. A real quick live, not that too crazy. I just wanted to test the waters a little bit. I haven't done a live in a minute. So I wanted to jump on a live and just get some quick topics out there, man. If you like this content, like, share, and subscribe to the page and help the channel grow. Urban Artificial Intelligence, Strategic Thinking Media Platform. I might hop back on for another live tomorrow, man. I might keep this going. I do need to be able to produce both types of content, live and pre-recorded. So we're going to see what's going to happen, man. Urban Artificial Intelligence, Strategic Thinking Media Platform. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Peace.